Good. And now what I'd like for you to try to do is see if you can avoid even wiggling. See if it could just be your body.
Okay.
See if, yep, there you go. Yep, good, good, and stop. Good. So basically you want all the goals you ever want to set for yourself are, how can I refine this to look like nothing, right? To where only he and I know what we're saying, and anybody else watching is like, did you just want him to back up? It's like, That's why I usually say what I'm gonna do, or I talk to the horse. It's really for like the audience, so to speak. So if I say I want you to back up, and even though I don't look like I've said anything, I say it so that you know. But it's kind of fun to start having your horse do things that like nobody has any idea you just told them to, and you totally know you had a conversation.
Oh yeah.
So go ahead and see if you can ask him to step back again. So what I would have done, okay, yep, it's okay, good. You didn't do anything wrong, but I would have given him more warning that I was expecting his attention.
That something was
Right. So you went from this to kind of, it was the only word I can think of, and I don't want it to be the word I use. It was kind of sloppy, and I don't mean for it to.
I know what you mean.
There was no crispness about the change.
Okay.
Okay. So I would want you to upright yourself. That would tell him attention, right? So you were kind of like sitting here like this. I would upright myself, and then said. So that way, by uprighting yourself, it gives him a chance to upright himself, because he was also relaxing with you.
Okay.
So from your relaxed position, I don't care that he's paying attention to something else. When you upright yourself, he should suddenly go to you.
Now, what if he doesn't? Then should I wiggle?
Nope. Then you're just going to step in there like, oh, you weren't paying attention?
Okay.
So from relaxed, you're going to upright yourself. Okay. So you want to give him, I always try to use like confrontational posture. You know, like, you ever see like, or even if you've ever been that kid, like I've been that kid where I've kind of been in a confrontation with other kids where you're like, and you see even little kids on the playground do that. Like, no, it's mine. Yeah. Right. So that's the confrontational position that you want to give your horse. Like you want to give him like, no, this way he goes, all right, my bad. You want them to almost have a, cool, you can have it. Right. That's the expression you want him to have, but you want him to kind of be surprised by your attitude. So that's why, when you stand up, you're going to kind of say, hey, and he's going to go, well, what do you want? You want him to kind of be surprised by your attitude. That's going to get his attention. And then you're going to use your body to tell him to go back.
And then if he doesn't react to that,
then
just up a little bit, wiggle, then.
No, now that you're trying to refine it, I would go straight to, I would come right in there.
Okay.
So, because he knows the game. So now you would want to say, I'm not going to give you all these steps.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually say, oh, you didn't hear me? Here, let me crank it.
Okay.
Okay. You only have to do that like once. Good. And you just want to make sure.
So upset with me.
You want to make sure that.
Why'd you do that?
Well, no different than if they kick each other, right? But you want to make sure. Now, see, watch. Do you see that? Okay, now go ahead and ask him to back up. Now, what did you feel yourself do when you made that decision to get in there? You did something. Your body did something that's misinforming to the horse. I know. I'll do it. Okay. He's like, you didn't play with my lips yet today.
I don't know.
Okay, so you second guessed yourself. You second guessed either your
I did.
Confidence in doing it, or your desire to do it.
I think there was both, because I'm thinking, I'm always trying not to be, oh gosh, how do I even say
stern?
Yes.
But the problem is we can be stern once or mean all the time.
I know.
So if you're constantly nagging at him, you're being mean, you're being a jerk all the time, as opposed to saying, let's keep this crisp. This is what it means. And then have him go, oh yeah. But that's where, what I was getting at as far as how you kind of went, you had this shudder in your...
I did.
And by doing that, you said you weren't certain. And when you're not certain, that makes you an untrustworthy leader.
Okay.
Okay. So, but if you stay consistent, then you'll never have to, give him that bite. Like, see, he's paying attention now, trying to say like, ooh, okay. So go ahead and see if you can come alive and ask him to back up without redirecting him. You could just ask him. Okay. So now what I would do is I would ask for that to be crisp. One more time. If he doesn't respond, that wasn't quick enough. There, see, he's already thinking it. Good. And did you feel, okay, your last step towards him had intention. It was the only one that did.
I know. I have to get my mind kind of...
But did you feel you were like, hey, I'm going to have to do this,
yes.
if you don't, right?
Yeah.
And that was the conversation you had with him, is I'm going to, almost like you're saying, dude, back up because I don't want to.
Yes.
But I'm going to have to. And in a way, it's kind of like when your kid pushes you that far where you're just like, so you want him to feel all of that from when you originally ask, instead of waiting until you're about to give him a shot. So you want that, I'm going to give it to you right now from here, from that original ask, because that will get that sharpness right off the bat. And then it won't be personal, right? Because once he understands that what happens afterwards, if he doesn't respond, he doesn't like, but it won't be personal, then he'll be like, oh yeah, I got that, I'll back up, right? They don't hold a grudge. Okay. Good. Good boy.
Oh, got it. Good boy. Good boy. All right.
And that's just a matter of mastering you and finding the right emotion and channeling that emotion. Like, I think the next clinic I want to do, because I didn't realize people really enjoyed that one that we did in the barn until Amy said so.
Yeah.
But I want to do one where we actually spend time trying to find the right connecting analogy that can put us, and see how your body didn't say back up. You were able to approach him. So, it's being able to like instantly just, here it is. I have my, my right arrow, and to be able to access it and have your body like be that in that moment, as opposed to like where you waited before, you waited like 2 steps to find it. And then once it made sense and you showed it in your body, he's like, oh,
I'm also trying to get it in my head, like if there was something I needed him to back away from quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I love coming up with all ways that people can relate to how to make that emotion accessible in the moment. Because that's all you have to do, is you have to just find a way to, like, if I want my horse to feel, like an urgency, I give them a panic from me.
Maybe that's the word I'm looking for, urgency, as opposed to corrective. You know what I mean? Like, I always feel like I don't want to be corrective all the time.
Right. But the only problem with urgency in that case, and using panic as that part, is that gives the wrong message, because the message is a dominant message.
Okay.
Panic is be scared with me.
Okay.
Right? So like when I say, hurry, get here, like on the mountain block. Hurry, get here. That's why I do it that way, is because the panic is, you're not safe over there. You need to come here where I am. And thank God we're safe.
Okay.
Right? But backing up is, I said.
Okay.
So we don't want it to have that panic feel, because you don't want him running backwards away from you, but afraid for you to approach him. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because if you went in to say good boy, he'd be like, oh, okay.